Саша, там топ ходит, найди вот Эрику в спикер.
Others to come, but we won't delay because we'd like to appreciate that you've been here and you're here to listen to our next speaker. But also, before the next speaker comes up on stage, I'd like to just run down the program. So tomorrow is as well going to be a full-day conference. And then tomorrow in the evening is the after party. So if you still want to get your after party tickets, you can always go down to the registration area and ask for a ticket. The after party is in cooperation, and we're doing this together with Fashion TV. So it's going to be a nice event. It's going to be beautiful people out there. It's just across the hotel. It's in a club called Koi, which is on the 39th floor of the Sathorn Tower. It's amazing view, good music, good food, good drinks, and you all are invited. Again, right after this, maybe in an hour, we'll have lunch, and then we'll continue with today's session, which would end about 4:35 p.m. So we try to keep it short since we're delayed in time, but we will try to wind up quickly. Our next speaker, well, I was just getting a chance to talk to him. People call him, especially I think the Wall Street calls him the king of shells. And when I was talking to him, that really intrigued me, and I'd like to know more about it. So I said I'll listen to him, at least I'll sit down and get to know him better. But he's also the founder and chief capitalist of MAS Capital Incorporation and MAS Capital Universal Exchange. He'll be speaking on the age of tokenization, decentralization versus regulation. I'd like to invite on stage Mr. Aaron.
One decade ago, Satoshi Nakamoto silently pressed the encrypted nuclear bomb button on his keyboard to mine the very first Bitcoin. In that one instant, the landscape of the financial world changed forever. The incredible events that followed the advent of Bitcoin and the groundbreaking introduction of decentralized blockchain are now the stuff of legends. Nakamoto provided the world with a new business model: anonymous entrepreneurship, no need for companies, no need for banks, no taxation, and, most importantly, no way for government to shut it down. Crypto convert Aaron Tsai is a financial trendsetter. His latest mission is to create the world's leading security token exchange. At the turn of the millennium, Aaron Tsai earned his moniker as the King of Shells for his creation of 101 public shell companies in the US. Tsai later set up operations in China to serve the world's fastest growing capital market.
At the beginning, there was only one question faced by those interested in crypto: to invest or not to invest in Bitcoin. Today, that basic question has become rather more complex, besieged by the hype of thousands of ICOs, many of which provided incredible returns overnight. Investors have stormed blindly into the speculative world of cryptocurrency.
The cryptocurrency and ICO bubble burst in mid-2018. It was a time of reflection for investors and issuers. Clearly, mistakes were made in the creation of an all-important new asset class. But equally, a number of very positive developments underlie the nature of token offerings.
It is no exaggeration that any asset on Earth can be tokenized. This includes both tangible and intangible assets such as gold, land, buildings, equity and debt securities, and all sorts of financial instruments. Cross-border mobility, fractional ownership, and improved transparency combine to provide a blockchain-based trading solution that many believe will change the face of the financial world very soon.
Utility tokens, such as we have with the Singularity Net platform, I mean, these are very valuable. Our utility token lets you buy AI services, it lets you participate in a curation market and give bounties for AI code that helps you out. So utility tokens have a genuine role and value. They've been abused sometimes, but frankly, what hasn't? That's human nature.
Fiat, or as tech investment guru Tim Draper calls it, political currency, is a key tool for all governments. And all governments use this tool in different ways. However, in the not too distant future, streamlined cryptocurrencies, thousands of them, will compete with fiat in a period that is analogous to the era of China's ancient warring states.
Do not underestimate the significance of this change. The disruption will be earth-shattering. Outdated banks, stock exchanges, and other institutions will become obsolete. Financial transactions will enter the true age of globalization, with 24/7 trading conducted by AI robots. STOs will be the order of the day as the bastions of listing power dissolve. Exchanges like MAS-EX are ready and designed to serve this world.
Perhaps it is this decentralized world of finance that Satoshi and his cohorts envisioned. When they designed Bitcoin on the blockchain, the financial system was disintegrating in front of their eyes. Regulation was in chaos. However, since that time, regulators have stepped back from the abyss, and they have set their sights clearly on the cryptocurrency world.
US and other regulators have great difficulties in dealing with the crypto world. For that reason, it is my belief that the largest STO exchanges will emerge in China and Asia. After all, Chinese and Asian exchanges already dominate the utility token trading market. This dominance will certainly expand into security token exchanges as the world's economic center continues to shift from the West once again back to the East.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm very pleased to address everyone here today. Earlier this year, I had the honor to address a similar audience at STO summits in Hong Kong, Dubai, and Los Angeles. I must say that the world of the STO is truly a global stage, filled with investors and accomplished professionals that have passion and commitment to venture into the uncharted territory. The topic of my speech today is Age of Asset Tokenization, Decentralization versus Regulation. I believe this weighty topic is most relevant given the changes the financial world is undergoing. It is also a topic very close to my heart as my team and I go through the process of launching MAS-EX Security Token Exchange. Our mission is to provide companies a new and more efficient way to raise capital in an environment that reduces the high barriers to universal investor access. Not long ago, there was only one question facing those interested in crypto, investing in crypto, whether to invest or not to invest in Bitcoin. More recently, that question became more complex on the hype of thousands of ICOs, some providing incredible returns overnight. Investors stormed blindly into cryptocurrency. When the cryptocurrency and ICO bubble burst, it was a time of reflection for investors and issuers alike. However, there were many positive developments to come out of this initial round of crypto investment. For one, the interest in crypto space shifted from the fringe of techno geeks and libertarians to the mainstream. For another, ICOs paved the way for the STOs, a trend that has gained traction in the US and Europe. Nonetheless, many important questions have yet to be answered. Regulators are still figuring out whether a utility token is a security. To make matters even more complicated, they face technological challenges and a lack of enforcement capabilities, especially against offshore operators. Given it is the nature of blockchain to provide security and transparency, I believe trading through a decentralized exchange is the best solution to ensure the safety of assets. However, current decentralized exchanges do not have the capability to timely process large number of transactions. Investors are forced to entrust their crypto assets to centralized exchanges. I saw services offered by trust companies that will hold the crypto assets for the investors. But this is simply shifting the trust from one institution to another. For STOs to comply with securities laws, token holder information will need to be centralized and kept track by a crypto version of transfer agent. Security token holder can no longer be just a wallet address. Lost or stolen token can be replaced and monitored. So, will decentralized trading bring any benefits for STOs? Is a new question for us to consider. When it comes to decentralization and regulation, one cannot ignore the impact of China. Back in December 2017, Bitcoin reached $20,000. The major reason for this dramatic price surge was the role of Chinese investors and speculators. Another was the need for Chinese investors to circumvent central government currency outflow restrictions to invest abroad. To minimize flight of capital and devaluation effect of Bitcoin on the RMB, China's central government banned crypto exchanges in June 2017. After Chinese support for Bitcoin disappeared, it was not long before we experienced a major market crash. The US dollar and financial system is the world's strongest centralized framework. The system is under heavy fire by the rapid adoption of cryptocurrencies. This is a seismic shift that extends across the entire financial industry. It has disrupted the existing oligopoly of financial institutions in banking, securities, and fund management sectors. This disruptive trend will accelerate as a new era in financial services emerges with technology-led, self-regulated STOs and other innovative financial services. Currently, Chinese and Asian utility token exchanges dominate the market. A few months ago, CBOE canceled Bitcoin futures, a business ruled by the Chinese exchanges. This trend will extend into STO exchanges and other financial segments as the world's economic center shifts back to the east from the west. New and dynamic players will lead the way. A host of financial institutions will emerge throughout Asia due to the size and growth of the market. Rapid application of blockchain and AI technologies combined with looser regulation enable their access to world market via the internet. As we enter a new decade, do not be surprised if the largest STO exchange in the world is based in Asia or Greater China. Of course, I believe and wager that MASEX will be at the top of the STO exchange rankings. It is no exaggeration that any asset on Earth can be tokenized. This includes all tangible and intangible assets. Gold, land, buildings, equity, and debt are only a few of the financial instruments that lend themselves to tokenization. Cross-border mobility, ease of investor access, fractional ownership, and the integration of the unbanked all provide enhanced liquidity in the secondary market. Tokenization is simply a traditional contract linking token rights to an asset. A trusted third party plays a vital role to ensure asset security through the token link. For example, if we tokenize a 100-room hotel, the property rights or title is in the name of the issuer. The issuer has fiduciary duty to protect the asset, distribute dividends, and return capital upon liquidation. The complicated part is regulation. For an STO to comply with US securities law, the process is rather straightforward. The issuer must either file a public offering registration or rely on exemptions to sell securities. The tricky or complicated part is secondary trading that limits shareholder ability to transfer or trade restricted tokens between accredited investors. In this regard, both the spirit and the letter of US securities laws are outdated. In this archaic framework, non-accredited investors are not allowed to invest in new ventures. It is ironic that these same regulators have no issue for these same investors to lose all their money at the casino or horse track. Regulatory issues can be resolved by technological solutions. For instance, KYC and exchange trading limitations can be dealt with by issuer-controlled smart tokens. Token IQ, the MAS-EX tech partner, offers just such a security token issuer management platform. Automated communication between STO exchanges and crypto transfer agents can keep track of all the token holder information. China and the US boast the strongest regulation when it comes to governing the crypto world. China completely banned ICOs and crypto exchanges. The US is still waiting for the SEC to approve a Bitcoin ETF for investors that do not own crypto wallet. For these and other reasons, we are entering an age where business model and technology lead regulation. The China case in particular is interesting. Increasing number of Chinese investors will continue to trade crypto. They will leap across the Great Chinese Wall by using VPN services and to access foreign crypto exchanges or trade on peer-to-peer OTC markets. Decentralization is not the only characteristic of the blockchain. It also frees exchanges to operate in multiple locations and serve customers in hostile regulatory jurisdictions. OTC markets designed to enable individuals to trade fiat for crypto are an unstoppable force which facilitate trading of utility and security tokens, especially in countries that do not allow such trading. Existing financial institution leaders interested to capture crypto business are hampered by regulation or lack of legislation. With too much invested in the existing framework, the status quo cannot easily make the jump in a disruptive transformation. Newcomers from all corners will rise to take their place. In this dynamic and shifting marketplace, MAS-EX aims to become the world's leading security token exchange. We will do so by deploying our market-leading AI and blockchain technologies to form a decentralized exchange to trade securities, commodities, forex, and digital assets. The MAS-EX stock listing entry board went online recently. Our bold mission is to list 11,000 Chinese and Asian equity security tokens within 3 years. The requirements to list on our entry board include setting up an offshore holding company to issue equity-linked token, a contract with legal opinion issued by counsel in both the offshore and home jurisdictions further protects investors. The highest stock listing board, the Universal Board, adopts AI-based continuous due diligence on companies with a monthly reporting standards. We achieve this by using cloud-based internal control and accounting system. Our aim is to use the latest technology and our long experience in securities market to transform crypto trading through delivery of a new and higher transparency standard. Our compliance strategy is to use ontology and other smart tokens. This allows an issuer to develop a control compliance system to recover lost crypto keys, set transfer restrictions on each account, and identify investors, whether they are accredited investors, US investors, or those from overseas. Our affiliate, MAS Capital Group, has added STO services to its IPO advisory. One unique product is a dual IPO-STO structure. For example, this allows a company to conduct a traditional IPO by offering securities to be listed on NASDAQ, while tokenizing a portion of shares to be listed on MAS-EX. The MAS-EX structure is designed to enable companies to raise capital using both security tokens as well as traditional security instruments. Issuers can list their equity security token or other class of securities on MAS-EX and dual list on NASDAQ, Hong Kong Stock Exchange, London Stock Exchange, or US OTC market. MAS-EX structure takes advantage of widely accepted VIE structure and add a tokenization agreement layer for STO. At the end of the day, decentralized or not, regulated or not, one point remains clear in the new world of tokenization. The basic rules to evaluate and select investment do not change. Prudence, due diligence, risk evaluation, and research analysis still rule the day. On behalf of MAS Capital Universal Exchange, I wish everyone a good ROI on your ST investments. Thank you.
Thank you so much.